Bitch, I'm in the...
Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Brian. With me always,
I'm Mark.
That's right. Oh, look at that. I am talking shit's best.
Shut up. No,
Thanks,
I don't want...
Mark.
No.
Thanks for the recognition, buddy. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have.
That is not what I would have put. I would have put Brian talking shit talker.
Okay, next time. I'll let you put that next time. Mark, how's the vacation been? I mean, we've been away from each other for a little while, and now we're back. We got to see.
We've been away from each other.
Yeah, yeah. We haven't been this close, you and I.
Oh, for about a week. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I had fun in Tennessee. I didn't have fun when I came back. I had to put two animals down this week.
Well, let's not talk about that, but let's talk about your trip to Tennessee. How was that?
That was fun.
What'd you go for?
My anniversary.
How many years?
25, 27, 25 married.
Boy, how do you do it?
I don't know. How does your wife put up with you?
I don't know. Because our wives are friends. I guess they figured out a way to poison us at the.
Well, that's exactly why I ask that question every day. How does my wife put up with me for 25 years?
Right on.
Actually, 27, because we've been together for 27.
Well, listen. Now that we're back, I know that we had a conversation prior to that we were going to start getting some more guests from.
We did.
Yeah, that we were going to get
guests.
More guests from.
Oh, you mean the guests that we got tonight? Yeah.
From Killer Pizza and where else? We're going to get
Boredom and Bloodshed. I don't forget Horror Bites or Horror Bites.
Yep.
There's a lot, but Mandy and Anthony, good friends of ours. We were on their podcast last night. If you didn't see it, go watch it. They've been helping us, and our guest tonight and our guest next week is with their help. So, and then.
So they booked this gentleman for us tonight.
Yes.
What?
No, I didn't have to book them. They came to me, asked me, see if I wanted them on. Hell yeah, I'll take them.
Right on. So who is it?
Well, normally I come up with something interesting to say, but I don't know a whole lot about him. But his name's Nathaniel Oliver. He's an actor. So I wanted to bring him on more so we could learn more about him.
Heck yeah, dude. Let's do it. Nathaniel, how are you?
Hey guys, good to see both of you. I'm doing well. How are you?
Perfect now that you're
here. I appreciate it. You're too kind.
So talk to us a little bit real quick. We want to get folks to know who you are. How are you doing today, first of all, as far as physically, mentally, everything good on the home front?
Yeah, things are good. I live in Buffalo, New York, and as you might expect, I mean, we're known for our snowy weather, our cold weather, and even though we're in May, today's a rather cold and gray, gloomy day. Wore a jacket most of the day. I got a sweater on, but other than that, I'm doing all right.
Hey, Brian.
Yeah.
Don't tell him we live in Florida where it's nice and hot.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, listen. At some point, I would trade it for about a day or two, but other than that, no, I'll pass. Here's the thing. I used to live in Jersey before we came on the show.
We're not talking about you right now.
And so it was the first time I ever got to see snow. I was in my 20s, right? First time I ever got to see snow. So you live in New York. Mm-hmm. I've been to New York City a couple of times.
Right.
I've taken my wife to the city once. A couple of friends of mine who were law enforcement officers had said, "Hey, we're going to take you guys into the city. We're going to go clubbing." Perfect. So it's very expensive to park anywhere in the city in New York, right? Unless you're a cop. because they let you do whatever the hell you want to as long as you got a badge. Getting into a club in New York City, any idea, guys? And we're talking years and years ago. Any idea how much you think it would cost to get into a club?
$25 a person, and it depends on the club. It only depends on the club too.
Yeah, I would have no idea at this day and age. I don't know. It's been quite a long time.
Back in the 90s,
person, you got it. You did it.
And that would probably depends on the club that you were going to go to. Also.
And the club that my friends chose was called Club Dark. It was an S&M club.
Okay, fair enough.
And we had a great time. It was weird, but we had a great time. We saw people in assless chaps, and when I say people, I mean dudes. And I was like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Yeah, that explains it, Brian.
Oh man, but yeah, we've, I missed the snow a little bit, not much, a little bit. So, I think he's frozen. Nate, are you frozen? I think he's frozen.
Damn StreamYard.
Oh, it's the snow in New York, dude.
I blame StreamYard. Every damn time. We pay all this good money for StreamYard, and they do this. Okay, you pay the money for StreamYard, and they do this.
Yeah, who do I got to call and get my money back from StreamYard for the freezing up of this?
He said he got booted. He's hopping back on.
Okay. Well, we'll hang out here for a second. I think you have to delete that portion of. There you go. I was going to say, I think you have to delete that portion of them. So, guys, while we're waiting for Nathaniel to come back, let's talk about little horror hound bites, bro. We just did something with that young lady there, and
Mary Kay.
We're gonna have our podcast announced or something on horror hound bites.
You mean we're promoting
an episode?
Yes.
What?
Yeah, but I don't know if we were supposed to talk about that yet.
Oh, well, too late. Cat's out of the bag. Cat's out of the bag. Okay. I blame the snow in New York. It's got everything frozen.
I told you, StreamYard starts this with us every time. It seems like somebody freezes up.
Okay.
Can you hear me and see me okay now?
Yeah, we can.
You and see you. You're moving around beautifully. Perfect.
Okay, Brian, stop talking about yourself. Let's let him talk some more. We have him on so he can tell us about himself.
Yeah. Like I was saying, Buffalo boy, born and raised, and that's the funny thing. You're talking about New York City, and everybody thinks Buffalo and New York City are super close to each other, and they're not. It's about a 6-hour drive for me to get from one to the other. So I don't get to New York City that often, although I've been there a number of times. And oddly enough, Labor Day weekend, my wife's going to be running a race down in Long Island. So I'm going to make the drive down there then. I have made the drive to New Jersey a bunch of times as well, too. There's a cool horror film festival that they do in Edison, New Jersey. They've done it for the past couple of summers, and I've gone down for that. So it's actually been a lot of fun.
Cool. So you got to break into the acting world, is that right? How did that come about?
Well, oddly enough, it fell into my lap, and I would say, but with that in mind, I really do believe in connection between human beings, and just opportunities present themselves when you least expect them. So, really good friend of mine. Tiffany Helm, she did a lot of films in the 1980s. She was in Friday the 13th Part 5. She did 21 Jump Street, the TV show with Johnny Depp, and was in Freddy's Nightmares, the TV series. She and I have been good friends for a few years now. And I, kind of interesting, before this, I was a general manager in women's professional ice hockey. And I was the general manager of the Buffalo Buttes, and for would have been 4 seasons. I worked for the team for 5, and our league, sadly, it folded. And I was in a pretty dark place when that happened. I was looking for a way to maybe reinvent myself, so to speak, or just find some way to find passion again. And Tiffany, oh, I see she's chiming in. Me, that's me. So Tiffany knew I was really struggling, and she also knew my love and appreciation for film, and she really kind of gave me a boost and connected me with a director of a film that she and I are in together, and also we're associate producers for, called Catnip. It's going to be out around Christmas time this year. And that's really how I got my foot in, is through help from a good friend.
That's awesome. What's can we talk a little bit about what Catnip is about?
Of course you can. Yeah, we can definitely do that.
So tell us a little bit about that one, and who all's in that with you.
So it's a very exciting ensemble cast. We actually finished filming it in February out in Los Angeles, in a part of Los San Pedro. It was written and directed by a gentleman by the name of Niall Cavazos Garcia. And that was how I initially got connected with it through Tiffany. Is she knew Niall and I were on the same wavelength and thought he might be a good person for me to connect with. And we did, and we hit it off right from the bat, right from the get-go. And I told him, I said, I don't really have much of a background in film. I'm more worked in professional sports. I've worked in higher education, but I'll do whatever I can and whatever you need me to do. And started off working with him as an associate producer, and he took a liking to me and had me audition for a part. And that's how I got into the acting piece of it. But in terms of who's in the film, it's some pretty big names: Chevy Chase, Bruce Dern, Joey Lauren Adams, Jake Busey. And Tiffany's in there. Her mom is in there as well too, Brooke Bundy, who did a couple of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies in the 80s. So kind of cool to have a mother and daughter acting together. But Kylie Levian, who's a very talented young actress who's coming up. She just turned 16 years old. She was great to work with. And another young fella, River Jose, who's, I think he's around 10 years old, but he's another up and coming actor. So very cool ensemble cast. And that's only a handful of the folks that are in it.
As soon as you said Chevy Chase, I knew exactly, because I've seen something that said that he was going to be in that. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and
I knew the name somehow, but I didn't remember. It didn't click until you started naming off people. And
you have some other projects, I assume, that you're working on as well? Because typically it doesn't just start with one and end with one. It seems like it starts with one and just the roles just keep coming, right?
Well, and yes, you're absolutely right with what you said there, and that's been even more. I look at it as more good fortune falling into my lap, and just coming into my world, because it has almost snowballed like that, and rather quickly. You mentioned, and one of the things that we'll be talking about this evening is Killer Pizza, that's actually being filmed in Western New York, in the Buffalo and Rochester area. Anthony and Mandy Caimano, and I'm really excited, looking forward to working with them. I'm producing a film with Kansas Bowling, who's done a lot of acting and directing pieces for independent films and independent horror films. And so, while I'm maybe just dipping my toes, just getting started in filmmaking, it's kind of coming fast and furious, and it's really been awesome, to tell you the truth.
That's good. You don't want to have a sign of, hey, I'm slowing down and now I need to figure out another project to get onto. If you already got the projects in the works, that's beautiful. That's absolutely awesome.
Well, and some of them kind of ran concurrently with when we were filming for Catnip. But the nice thing is that I definitely got like the itch, got the bug. And it has been really cool to just have other opportunities present themselves. And I'll bring it back around to what I said at the start, with life just being about connection. I mean, that was maybe my favorite part about working with Catnip, and what I'm most excited about with Killer Pizza is just connecting with different people. I get to meet like you guys, and you just never know what doors are going to be open for you just by making that human connection. It's really something special.
Do you get, my wife is watching, do you ever get he kind of looks like Matthew Broderick?
I have heard that for probably 25 years. Yes, I do get
That's
that.
not a bad thing, right? I mean, if there
No.
was a stunt double thing that needed to happen, would you be like, yeah, I'll step in and I'll
Sure.
absolutely.
Why not? I would definitely do that. But yeah, honestly, I've probably heard that for about 25 years.
See, I was trying to picture out who he looked like. You know, that makes.
Stacy told me she was like Ferris Bueller. I was like,
Yeah,
what?
I heard your phone go off.
Oh,
I mean, it sort of.
so I mean, that's not a bad thing, right?
No,
I mean,
I like Matthew Broderick. I like Ferris Bueller's Day Off and Election, and the variety of the films he's done. So yeah, not a bad person to look like.
Listen, if you're walking through Walmart and somebody says, "Hey, Matthew, can I get an autograph?" I'd just be like, "Yeah, absolutely. Here you go."
I've never had that. I had somebody ask to dance with me at a wedding because I look like Matthew Broderick. Somebody said this young lady, I think she was just a guest there, but she's like, I love Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and he's my favorite actor. Would you mind dancing with me? I'm like, all right, I guess so. Kind of odd, but I went with it.
Hey, I mean, at least people are recognizing you, even if you look like somebody else. I guess that's not. I mean, I get you look like the Temu Stone Cold Steve Austin, so
I can see that. Yeah. Well, I'm a wrestling fan like you guys too, so
awesome.
That's a cool one to look like. Yeah.
Speaking of wrestling, then I don't know if you've heard, but Talking Shit, along with Bert's Corner, has a league, a
wrestling league,
basically.
Yeah, we go every month. We pick, we do predictions, and we did it for a year, and of course, I lost by one, and it's not to him. He lost bad. We did it with 4 of us, and then this year we decided we were going to, make it bigger. Okay. And with
$0 to enter, you don't win anything other than probably a pat on the back. Actually, we're gonna figure out some prizes, I think, for first
eventually. But if you'd like to try it, I could send you the link, and you can fill out one of the forms. Doesn't cost, like I said, it doesn't cost anything.
Please do. I'd be happy to.
Yeah, our first one is we'll release the link Friday for Saturday's pay-per-view.
Oh, sweet.
We're trying to hold it.
So you'll have to watch for the link on Friday.
I'll send it to you in here.
Okay. Yeah. No, thank you. That's really nice of you to want to include me.
And we want to get as many people involved as possible, and I want to turn it into something kind of fun, man.
He just wants me to put in a lot of work, and
yeah, no, listen, we're gonna go live after the events, right, Mark?
Not all the events. We're still gonna just do the ones that we were doing.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna
the main ones. We will start off with, we're gonna do Money in the Bank, but this time it's gonna be without Brett because he's on vacation.
He's got a link. He can pick his freaking picks anyway.
Okay, he'll still do the links and stuff. He'll do that, but when we do a live one, we'll let anybody come in and talk and do their picks that way too. Perfect. But they still have to do the picks. Actually, we'd have to do it afterwards, wouldn't we?
Yes, you got to
because we won't have the link up for that. So
that's right. See, we're figuring it all out still, Nate. Just so you know, it's brand new to us, so we're inviting everybody to play, enjoy it, have fun with it. But it's new. We're gonna crawl before we run.
And that's the fun part though, and that's how you learn, right?
Absolutely. Killer Pizza. I want to jump on that subject.
Haven't we talked about that enough? Oh, wait a minute, with him. I'm sorry.
There's a lot of hype around it, and yet we're still waiting. Everybody is saying, "Hey, we want to see Killer Pizza. We want to. We've seen the gimmick. We know what's going to happen." Let's talk about the role you're playing in Killer Pizza.
Right. So I'm going to be finding out more about it as we go along. I have a small role playing a mafioso, or one of the mafia members that's part of the plot. And I'm anxious to dabble more into my character. So kind of, the interesting story, and I know you met Anthony and Mandy both. I mean, just really charming people, very, very friendly. I've never met him in person, and we don't live that far apart. Like we're probably maybe an hour away from each other. And that's going to be something that's really exciting about working on this film. But when the opportunity initially presented itself, I was very frank with Anthony. I said, I would be happy to do it. I've done a lot of work on camera in a sports capacity, doing interviews and things along those lines. But I've never acted before. I'm not really an actor, but I would really like to help out and be involved in this, especially because it's right in our own backyard in Buffalo and in the Rochester area. What do you think about that? Like, would you utilize somebody like me? And he was very gracious, very welcoming, very friendly, as was Mandy as well too. And they're like, yeah, what we're eyeing you for, it's kind of a work in progress, but I think it would be excellent for somebody like you that maybe doesn't have the full acting chops yet, but is on the cusp of that and really developing and growing. I think it'd be a great fit for you. And I stepped a bit out of my comfort zone with that, and I went with it. But it's been excellent because more and more people keep getting added to the project. It seems almost daily. If you check out their IMDb, it's another ensemble cast. Lot of talented people involved with it, and tied into that too, a lot of people that friended me or that I've become friends with on Facebook or on Instagram. And again, just that concept of at some point, hey, we'll all get to be together and work on a project in person. So I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, I think you're going to have a great time doing it. And if a role doesn't work for you, obviously they'll find something for you to do, I think, but I'm pretty sure you're gonna just nail it, dude. I don't see why you wouldn't.
No, and I've gotten a couple under my belt already. I had that was the one thing that it felt right. It felt great with doing Catnip. As I played the role of a paramedic. I had an on-screen on-screen speaking lines, so that was cool to get that under my belt as well too, and to share some scenes with some really talented people. And then I also was involved with an independent horror comedy movie called Only Fangs, and I did a remote acting role for that as well too. And the director Paul Ragsdale, he really loved the work that I did for it. I have a small part in the trailer that they put out for the film, and my friend Kansas Bowling is involved in that, along with a lot of other really great talents. But yeah, I've got the ish, like I said.
That's good. That's good. I want to know about this. Do you, and I don't know if this is the same or different for everyone that gets behind or gets in front of the camera. First time getting in front of the camera, nerves as far as, oh man, I'm about to say my line. Like when you walk into a room somewhere where you've never met a bunch of people, do you just jump into talking to people at that point? Like when you walk in front of that camera, do you just do what comes natural and just be like, hey, my name is so-and-so, blah, 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 blah,
Yeah, that's a great question, Brian. So, I'll preface this by saying I am very much an introvert. Like I am definitely with acting and just working in filmmaking, I'm really stepping out of what is my comfort zone. Like people always say to me, especially when I was working in hockey, like, yeah, but you're great on camera. You do interviews all the time and you go on different podcasts or on TV. And I'm like, yeah, but you don't know the effort that it takes for me in order to do that and feel comfortable with it. So to tell you the truth, though, I was actually more nervous about the auditions. That was where I felt more anxiety with being in front of the camera. But then when I actually filmed it, I really didn't feel nervous at all. It was strange. I almost felt like in the zone, so to speak, or kind of just like a calmness. And I felt that especially in Los Angeles and in San Pedro when we were filming Catnip. I mean, I had a very brief scene, but again, I'm speaking on camera. In the scene with me, it was Jake Busey and one of the the two kids that I mentioned earlier. And so, when all eyes are, there's a bunch of extras in the scene as well too. And so everybody's like kind of like looking at you, but I really didn't feel nervous in that regard. I was more nervous by the auditions.
So auditions, you walk in, because you're talking to what, 2-3 people, director, producer, kind of.
Right. So the ones that I've done, and I think that this is kind of more the aftermath from COVID, or part of COVID, is that they've been remote. And in some ways that's even, stranger or more uncomfortable, because I would rather, like, my preferred means of communication is face to face and in person with somebody, so you can read the body language, and they can read yours and interact that way. So it is kind of awkward auditioning through Zoom, or even just recording your lines and sending a clip to them to review.
I guess I gotta just do something. I'm just gonna send something to somebody. I don't know. I wanted to kind of dabble in it just to see if I would be any good at acting, but I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I like talking to people. That's my thing. Like, I can walk into a room and start talking to people. My wife's like, I don't know anybody here. Let's leave. And I'm like, no, that's not how this works. We walk in. Hey, how you doing? My name is Brian. What's happening?
Right.
So I feel like I could do it, but I don't know. I don't know until I do it, I guess.
Brian, you have the same problem with me. We go out in public. You say, okay, tell this person about our podcast. And I'm like, yeah, you talk.
And I do it though, don't I? I
Yes.
walk up to strangers and I'm just like, hey, how you doing? You want to watch a podcast? Check this out.
Wow.
But once I start getting, loosened up a little bit, because I don't drink or anything, so it's a little bit harder for me. Eventually, he'll find somebody. He'll tell me, okay, go do this. Go give this person one of our decals, and we'll just have a conversation with them. Eventually, I loosen up.
And I think too, like, it's certainly, like I said, I'm very much an introvert,
Mhm.
and I don't think, while that may mean in some ways that you have a tougher row to hoe with doing something like acting or public speaking or engaging people, it certainly doesn't prevent you from doing it. It's maybe more that you need a different type of preparation or preparedness. Something to reach that comfort where you're okay with it and you get used to it. And then Brian, my thoughts on from what you were saying as well too is like, just go with it. I mean, I didn't have any formal trained acting. I mean, what's the worst that's going to happen if you give a shot with it? And I would never profess. I don't even really like considering myself an actor, because I feel like it takes away from my friends that definitely are actors that have put the time and the studies in and have gone to school for it. But yet, here I am. I guess you could say I pass with flying colors in a way with the opportunities that I have had. And it does give you maybe some momentum and helps you build that comfort level to keep going with it.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, if you walk into a room and you absolutely bomb, what are the chances that you're going to see everybody in that same room at the same time ever again?
Sure.
Probably none.
Yeah.
Right. So why not take the shot? Take the shot. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know why I'm the one saying that, because I haven't done it yet, because I'm an idiot.
Well, hey, what's the worst that's going to happen, right? Just do your best.
Yeah, I guess I need to find that opportunity and just jump on it. Jump on that grenade.
For sure.
Yeah. What's up, Mark?
Okay? No, I just think it's funny that you keep saying it. You've said it for 2 years now.
I know, and that's the thing. I haven't done it. I got to figure out who, where, when, and how to do it, I guess.
Well, I mean, look how long it took us before we actually started the podcast together. We talked about it for a while.
It didn't take us long.
Yeah, long enough to get still going.
Jump in feet first. Hey, guys, let's take a quick break.
Sure.
Let's listen to some music. Everybody that doesn't want to listen to music, that's fine. Go grab a drink. Use the restroom. How long's the song?
Almost 6 minutes long.
Okay, so you got 5 minutes to go use it.
And then when we come back, what are we going to do?
Oh, when we come back, Nate, how about we play a game called Florida or Not Florida?
I'm game. That sounds interesting.
It's going to be fun. You'll have a great time with it. Anthony and Mandy love this game so much that we played it last night on their podcast.
Oh, sweet.
And when we get back, we'll tell you about the first time Anthony ever played the game before we start the game.
Okay.
All
right.
So Nate, we reached out to you earlier and we asked you what's one of your favorite songs, and you told us what was it?
I told you that it is "Sleep the Clock Around" by Belle and Sebastian. I'm not a huge Belle and Sebastian fan, but I really like the song, and it came out the year I graduated from high school, and for whatever reason, it's been something I've been listening to a lot lately. So it's a favorite song at this point in time.
All right. So we decided we were going to play that song.
That's great. Thank you. Thanks for doing that.
All right. So here you go.
So you've been here for 3 days and 3 nights, at least some of you. When you go home, when you get into your own bed, I think you should just let yourself sleep the clock around.
Everybody got paid, everybody is happy, they are glad that they came. And you go to the place where you finally find you can look at yourself, sleep the clock around.
I had never heard it before.
Okay.
It's the first time I've ever heard it. So is that song from 2006?
No, 1998 is when that song.
98.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when they were playing, or when I found it played live somewhere.
Yeah, I think it's the album that it's off of is The Boy with the Arab Strap, but they came out in 98. This is a good song.
Yeah. I was just like, I've never heard that before. And Mark played part of it for me earlier, and I was like, I don't know it.
Yeah, for whatever reason,
I would have known it.
I've been listening to it a lot lately. Like I said, I have a pretty eclectic taste in music, and I don't know, it's just tickled my fancy lately.
I go back and find like old soundtracks and go, oh man, I remember this from that movie. You ever do that?
Yes, actually, I have.
Like, or you hear a song on the radio and you go, oh man, I remember this from when I was in high school.
Yeah, high school, or something. It just brings back a memory of some sort.
Yeah.
If you get a chance, because it ties into what we're talking about with Tiffany Helm. When she did Friday the 13th Part 5, she's got a really cool dancing scene in it where she does the robot, and there's a really good song that she dances to in the movie.
Okay. Mark will find it and send it to me.
Yeah.
Just watch the damn movie and you'll be fine.
You always got me watching movies, dude. I don't have time. All right, listen, I promised you guys that we're going to play Florida or Not Florida when we came back from the break. We are hanging out with Nate Oliver from a couple of movies, from a movie called Catnip and from an upcoming movie called Killer Pizza. And we're going to learn more about that as we get more guests other than Nate on the show. I think who we got next? Tam, right?
Tam Taylor.
Yeah.
And I think Tam's a part of that project too, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Perfect. So everybody's going to give us just a little tidbit of information as we continue the process here. Yeah. By the time it's all said and done, we could have probably wrote the movie.
And I think I'm sure you're going to really like talking about Tam. I mean, she has a rather storied horror career herself with horror movies and sci-fi and things like that. And I think not only does she have an acting role in it, but I think she's one of the associate producers too, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so.
Yeah.
Damn. So she got paid double.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So we are playing Florida or Not Florida right now with Nate. If there's anybody that's in the comment section that would like to play, speak now or forever hold your peace. The way the game works, very simple. I'm going to read a headline or give you a sentence and ask you if that happened in Florida or not Florida.
Okay.
And if you guess it right, you'll get a point. Mark, what are the points worth?
Nothing.
That's right. Points are worth nothing.
Actually, hold up, Brian. Hold up. For him, since he's playing probably against me, and no, I don't know these ones. Not until probably next week when I probably know them. If you after we're done, if you send me your address, we'll send you a couple of these.
Hey, I would love one. I will definitely do. If I win,
send you a couple. You need one for your laptop. Definitely gotta have one on the laptop. So.
I need one for my laptop. I could even put one on a book bag or something like that, or on my car.
A stop sign would work too. Slap it up there.
I believe Brian's done that.
We have talking shit stickers up at Busch Gardens in Tampa Bay, Florida now.
That is.
I don't know how that happened.
We used to have shirts, but right now we're trying to get new ones made, and hopefully we can figure out these ones because we really would like to get these ones done. They're for the military. We're trying to do one to honor the military.
Oh, that's
awesome. We're just having a hard time getting what I had made through AI.
Okay.
To work, and everything's been coming up, so we're just trying to figure out what's the best way of doing it.
Please, once you have them, though, let me know, and I will definitely grab one.
Oh, awesome! The guy that created our logo, a friend of mine named Ricky, created our logo for us. So the wolf that's in my background there, he's created that. Mark has created something. Do you have that on here? just show him, just so he knows what he's getting himself into. It's a really cool logo. Unfortunately, we just
Oh, shit.
it's
That's
right
not.
there.
It's
Well,
right there.
I can see it.
I used to have a bunch of overlays through here, but I got rid of them because But that's what
It's
the
pretty
front is.
rad.
The back is what is the back, Brian?
The back is for the fallen soldier, so it's got the boots, the rifle, and the helmet, and it says "Remember the Fallen." I think is what it says on the back.
Oh,
It's going to be a kick-ass T-shirt, man. We want to make sure that
If we could ever get it made.
we're going to get it. I don't have. All right, listen. We got a game to play here, guys. All right. Are you guys ready?
Ready as I'll ever be.
All right. First one, and there's going to be 5 of these. Okay, you get 5. All right. First one: desperate drug dealer arrested for stealing 800 pounds. Shut up, Mark. Desperate drug dealer arrested for stealing 800-pound cannon to settle his drug debt. A low-level drug dealer stole an 800-pound cannon that was used in the Spanish-American War from a blank park last week to settle a debt with his dangerous drug dealer.
Florida.
Florida or not Florida?
Florida.
I'm going to say Florida.
Just because Mark picks Florida, don't pick Florida. It was not Florida. It was Kansas.
Kansas. Okay.
That was Kansas?
That happened in Kansas.
That's crap.
I
You said drug dealer. I said Florida. That's why I said Florida. Because Brian normally likes to pick the drugs from Florida.
Whatever.
Hey, and you got to wait for the people in the audience to, in the chat box.
Did they answer?
Yeah, Tiffany said Florida.
Tiffany said
Unfortunately,
Florida.
Oh, so Tiffany's the only one that got it right.
She said Florida.
Oh, never mind. She got it wrong too. My bad.
My God.
All right, let's go to the next one, guys. Here we go. OnlyFans model who filmed herself urinating on a grocery store food was busted for hotel room pee spree, including on the hotel's Bible. She's a 24-year-old model from OnlyFans, and this happened at a Marriott hotel. And you guys let me know, did that happen in Florida or not?
I don't think that was Florida. I hoping I'm right, but I don't think it was Florida.
I'm actually going to go with Florida.
All right, let's wait for the audience.
Tiffany says Florida.
Tiffany says Florida. Is that Tiffany? Or is she the only one in the audience there playing with us?
Yeah, right now.
This one actually took place in Keene, New Hampshire. So, who gets a point?
I do.
Nate.
Nate does. That's right. All right. So that was number 2. Here we go. Let's see. A teen topples a porta potty with mother. Wait a minute. Teen topples porta potty with mother, 4-year-old inside, trapping them in feces and bodily fluids.
Gross.
Did this happen in Florida or not Florida?
Wasn't that Hillsborough County, Florida?
I remember seeing this, but I don't remember. I'm going to say Florida. I'm going to say Florida.
All right, Tiffany, give me Florida again. We've been consistent, so let's keep going with it. She said Florida.
And Mark, what was your final?
Florida, Hillsborough.
Not Florida, guys.
Bite me!
This actually happened. This actually happened in New Hampshire as well.
What the hell? Why are you getting the New England states?
I don't know. That's just what came up in the feed when I was looking. I was like, "Ooh, that's a good one."
And I normally like New Hampshire. That's one of my favorite states. I don't know. I'm having second thoughts here.
Do I really want to move to? Yeah. All right. Read that one before.
Don't worry, Tiffany. It's okay.
And Tiff's sharp. She knows her stuff. These are just hard questions.
All right. Let's see. Bank robber who was busted counting cash outside tried to scheme again and failed. This is a robbery. Put the money in a bag, and I'll walk out. This is a robbery. God help us all.
If I can pick,
He robbed the same bank twice, but the second time he failed.
If I get the state, do I get 2 points?
I think you know this one, don't you, Mark?
Maybe. I don't know if I'm going to get the state, but it's not Florida.
I want to say, because I remember reading this as well too, but it's not Florida.
I want to say Alaska.
I'm actually gonna guess California.
It was.
Hold up, Tiffany
Tiffany
hasn't. Hey, Tiffany hasn't said anything yet, so chill. My God, remember this is like 10 seconds off. Waiting on Tiffany. Come on.
All right.
We're just gonna have to get her on the show to play the game with us.
Is she still playing?
I don't know. She might have just gave up on us.
Oh, come on.
No comment.
She doesn't want to pick?
She says no comment.
We got to have a comment.
It's either Florida or not Florida. I mean, you don't have to pick a state, just Florida or not Florida.
It's not. I don't think it's Florida.
I don't see it being Florida. They're not smart enough here.
Okay, so everybody's saying not Florida?
Yeah.
Not Florida.
Okay, you are absolutely right. That did not happen in Florida. Mark, where did you say it happened?
Alaska.
100% it happened in Alaska.
Alaska. Wow.
It happened in Alaska. All right.
I won't give myself 2 points to tie you, Nate. I'll be nice.
What was that? Was that 3 or 4? Was that
That's
3?
4. We're on our last
Four.
one.
You're tied.
All right, for the last one, guys. This one has been playing all over the news, so hopefully you've been paying attention.
Ohio.
God dang it! Can I read this? You son of a. All right. A raccoon was found with meth pipes during a traffic stop. Did this happen in Ohio or not? God dang it!
Well,
screw you. I feel like that's a dead giveaway.
Well, you said it was all over the news.
It was all over the news.
and I did see this one, and it is Ohio.
So everybody all seen that one. All right, so that's the game, guys. How did we do? Let's count them here.
Nate got 3. I got one. Nate got 3. I got 1. I actually 2, because Ohio, and Tiffany got. We'll give her 2.
Tiffany said hammer. What does a hammer mean?
Might have been bummer. I don't know.
A bummer.
All right, so Nate, you win.
All right, great. And I get a sticker.
And since you're since you're friends with Tiffany, we're gonna send you a few extra decals so that you can make sure Tiffany gets.
Hold up, wait a minute. Let me just reach out to Tiffany and see if she'll come on the show and win her own.
Or that. Either way. All right, so that's the game. That's the game, guys. That is a fun game to play. It brings up a little monotony, and you hear some weird, strange things, and you're like, "There's no way that happened." I was looking for the New York ones. I was really hoping to find something New York.
Sometimes you find some good ones. Sometimes you don't.
Well, last night I didn't want to do the one from last night where the guy shot up. It was literally in the Bronx. A guy bought a new gun and showed off to his fiance by shooting it off in the air. Yeah, it happened in the Bronx. Like, I'm like, dude, that's all city there, dude. Come on, quit it.
Yeah, that's not good.
But I wanted to tell you the story of when Anthony first played the game with us.
Okay.
Now, let me tell you, after the fact, he made up for it.
He was in the
First time he played.
comments playing.
He was in the comments playing, and he cheated. He looked them up. He admitted to it, and since he admitted to it, he also donated to our cause for the Children's Miracle Network that we had done. We raised $400 for the Children's Miracle Network.
Something like that. We did pretty good. I mean,
we did a live show for them.
It was with the help of all of our viewers and fans and stuff that donated.
It was a fun show. We love doing those shows. We want to do more live shows, with the public and stuff, but we want to do other ones too. Different ones.
Well, I think try to get into conventions and stuff too, and
that's what I'm trying now. Just one step at a time.
Yeah.
So if you know anybody.
Anthony's a stand-up individual, and again, I mean, that's what life is about: just being kind to others, and especially this day and age, just trying to lighten the load for somebody else. So yeah, anytime you can do that, it's huge.
Yeah. In February, or not February. Why am I thinking February for some reason? In October, it started in September. He messaged me in the beginning of September and said, "Hey, look, I got some people I'd like to put on your show." I'm like, okay. I said, we're booked the first 2-3 weeks. I think it was 3 weeks first 2 weeks in September. We're booked up. And then he goes, okay, let's do this. And then he got me like 6 guests right in a row for the next month and a half. And we had to cancel one because of a hurricane.
Okay.
But other than that, we rescheduled it. But other than that, it was freaking awesome. And then we had a bunch of people. He had got us a bunch of them for just one show alone. So
yeah, we got to sit around and chit chat and learn about all the actors, actresses, and producers, and all kinds of stuff. I mean, it was a lot of fun. It's having you guys on the show. Mark and I don't do this for us. I mean, we do it because it's fun. It relieves a lot of our daily stress, I think. But just to learn about what you guys do and how you're doing it, and projects that you have coming up, like Mark gets super excited every time we talk about movies because he's a buff. Like he literally is. He's a buff. He's like, he introduced me to fan films, and Friday the 13th Blood Loss is one of them. What else? Roseblood.
I do like the fan film. I can't wait to see what Blood Loss is like. I have not got to see that.
Yeah. Oh, Tiff's telling you to DM.
Yeah. Thank you, Tiffany.
Yeah, she's fantastic. So, absolutely, you'll have a blast with Tiff. She's seriously the best.
So you ran a hockey league. I don't know much about hockey, but everybody tells me like if you've never been to a hockey game, you've got to go.
And they're fun.
I've never been. Never been.
Buy the tickets and we'll go.
Yeah.
What's the energy like in an arena? It's an arena, right?
Yeah.
Yes, an arena.
So, I mean, it's phenomenal. Like I said, Buffalo boy, born and raised. So from a very young age, I mean, my dad was taking me to Buffalo Sabres games, and we do. Like we definitely get really cold and snowy winters here. We do get all 4 seasons. We make a joke out of it, right? And I think we used to get more 4 seasons more so when I was a kid, and it's kind of gone away, not entirely, but to an extent to get days like this. But because of the colder weather, a lot of people learn to ice skate, and hockey's really strong up here. So I grew up loving the game. It's an expensive game to be a part of, and especially if you have kids playing it. And I, at the time, growing up, we really couldn't afford it. But my dad would always take me to games, and it's one of my favorite memories of him. But I love the game. And I was probably kind of different compared to most guys, is that while I certainly had NHL heroes growing up, I also had a lot of women's hockey heroes growing up. When I was a teenager, it was the first Olympics where they had women's hockey as part of the sport. And so I had a lot of female hockey heroes in addition to male heroes. Well, fast forward a number of years ahead of that, and I failed to tell you guys that I have a rather extensive management background. I work at the University of Buffalo. I'm an associate director for their campus living department. So I've been managing in higher education for over 20 years. And those two things, my love for hockey and management, ended up intertwining. And I got involved with a women's professional hockey team that was here in Buffalo called the Buffalo Buttes. And, talk about great opportunities. I got to work with Olympians and national world champions and NCAA champions that I would sign the contracts, and they would come and stay here in Buffalo. And it was just a blast. I miss it a lot, but as I had mentioned earlier, with help of good friends like Tiffany and Niall and just everybody that I've gotten to meet in the film industry, I've fallen into another passion. I've been fortunate enough to do that even though I lost one, I was able to jump into another one. And I consider this a blessing as well, too, but definitely a huge hockey fan.
Cool. Yeah, I'm going to have to take the wife, and we're going to have to go. Mark, you're going to have to bring your wife, and we'll just all go to a hockey game.
My wife doesn't go
never
to
been.
sports.
It's fun. Never been.
My wife doesn't go to sports stuff.
I mean, I know what the energy's like when we go to the Rays stadium, or to Ray J. Yeah.
To the Bucks.
Yeah.
Actually, the one game that I would love to see, I don't see us doing it here in Florida, but the outdoor games.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to go to one of those. I haven't been to a hockey game in a long time. I used to go to one when I lived in Michigan. I'd go see, minor league play, stuff like that. But, we haven't really done much down here.
Well, and that was one of, actually, we did that twice with my team, the Buttes. We did 2 outdoor games here in Buffalo. We were, of the cities that were in our league, we were the only team that had an outdoor rink. And that was one that the fans really loved. And they seemed to come out in droves because it was right in downtown Buffalo. It was right on the waterfront. It was at an old grain mill factory that they converted into like a multi-purpose facility. And it was fantastic. It was great. But, Brian, getting back to your question about the energy of it, I don't know. I would say it's not really like any other of the 4 major sports because it's so fast paced. It's so intense. Pucks are going 100 miles an hour, and players putting their bodies on the line in order to win, especially right now because it's the playoffs. But it's definitely something special to behold. It's great. It's one thing on TV, but in person, it's definitely a different story.
Watching the hits that they do on one another just to get the puck or to get it away, it is awesome. I mean, you're thinking, you're going to go to the game and you're going to be like, you're not going to know what to think. And then all of a sudden the face-off goes and all of a sudden you'll be like, okay, what's going on? And then all of a sudden you're going to get yourself caught into it. You're going to be like, yeah. And then when the guy hits up against the glass right next to you, or by you, and you hear it, oh my God, you're like, ah.
Yeah, it's an awesome atmosphere, awesome environment, and yeah, there's nothing like witnessing it in person.
And everybody says it's different from watching like football. I'm not a baseball guy, so I'm not going to go to the ballpark.
To me, I've been to all sporting events.
Yeah.
I've been to the Rays. I've seen the Bucks once in my life. I have never been to a Lightning game. I've been to wrestling, of course, but hockey alone, from when it has its own atmosphere, because it can be deafening at times.
Wow.
Yeah. Very very explosive and high energy.
I'm gonna have to go check out some hockey then. Like I said, I'm gonna have to take my wife because she said it. She was like, "Hey, we got to go watch hockey." I'm like, "Okay, why?" Like I don't follow it, so I was like, "Why?"
You don't have to follow.
Everybody I've ever talked to about it was like, "Dude, if you've never been to a hockey game, you got to go."
Just cheer when you go to the hockey. You make sure that you go for the Lightning, except if it's from Detroit, then that's the only time I go against the Lightning is when it's Detroit.
So Nate, listen, we asked you for an hour of your time, and you've been super gracious, and you've given us an hour of your time. Before we let you go, do you want to let people know where they can find you, your socials, and that, and then before we let you go, we do want to ask: is there anything else you want to talk about? Anything that you have coming up that you want to let people know about, or anything?
No, I mean, for starters, I just want to thank both of you. I've really enjoyed that hour, and I'd be happy to talk more. Come back on if you
Absolutely.
ever have me again. But
Anytime you want to come back, and you just
well,
message me and say, "Hey, look, I'd like to come back on," and you're good as gold.
I really appreciate it. I've enjoyed the time that I've spent with you guys. You're very nice to chat with, and again, I know I'm repeating myself here, but it was how we started off and ending as well too. But life is about connection, and you just never know what doors is going to open up as you meet different good people and just be good humans to each other. But yeah, I'm glad that you're going to be having more Killer Pizza guests on. I'm really excited about that. Please stay tuned and watch for Catnip as well, coming out at Christmas time. But we're going to be filming Killer Pizza towards the end of the summer and the fall, and really excited about that too. So the folks that are coming on, it looks like you've connected with Tiff. I know you're going to have Tam Taylor coming on. You're going to have some really cool people to talk to, and that's exciting. And definitely, I'm a new fan of the show.
Awesome, dude. That's awesome. Yeah, I think once you guys start or wrap with Killer Pizza, we definitely want to have everybody back on.
They're still not going to tell us anything, Brian. Like,
no, it's fine. But I want to know, like, they'll talk. I think you guys will talk and tell us about, like, dude, it was so much fun on the set, or there's scenes in the movie that you're gonna see, and then watch this particular scene because this is where blah 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 happens. It happens because people have told us that.
I have an idea. October is normally when we have our horror month on, and they will be wrapped by then. So I got an idea.
Uh-oh. Watch out, guys. Mark's got an idea.
Well, yeah, I like to put us, months in advance, so why not?
What about your socials? So if we have any directors, producers
absolutely.
watching.
I'm probably most active on Instagram, but it's just at Nathaniel A. Oliver for my Instagram handle. And then feel free to add me on Facebook. I mean, that's been another thing that's been really great too, is different people from the film industry have just been reaching out left and right. And I'm always eager to meet new people that share common interests. And, going back to what you're saying about wrapping up, shooting for Killer Pizza. I mean, that's one of the things that's probably the thing that I miss most since we wrapped Catnip is just the people. It was just great to be with everybody in person, and we were very tightly knit, and you feel a closeness and affinity, almost like a small family. And it's tough when that's gone because you miss people, right? And you miss seeing each other and collaborating on something. So bringing it back around to Killer Pizza, that's one of the things that I'm most excited about, is just rekindling that feeling with some new people and getting everybody together and being on set together. And it's pretty cool too that it's right in my own backyard. So I'm pretty excited about that as well too.
Yeah, that's really cool because I mean you're down the street from work, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, I gotta go to work, and you get up in the morning and go shoot.
And Buffalo is becoming a film destination. It's the one thing that I don't think people realize too is in the 80s and early 90s, there were a number of horror films that were filmed here. Maybe some lesser known ones, but still cult classics, like The Burning was filmed here, and Lady in White, Shadow Creature, all good films if you look them up. It's been cool to see that Buffalo is having a bit of a resurgence as far as the film industry is concerned. So I'm pretty pumped about that too. We're nicknamed the City of Good Neighbors, and I think that we live up to that nickname as well too, because there's a lot of good people here, there's a lot of good art, and there's a lot of good food too.
You haven't been to my neck of the woods yet.
I haven't.
There's a lot of good food here. We just got to take you to the spots.
All right. Well, then I will count on it. I will definitely let you guys know when I'm in town.
Absolutely. If you come to Florida, let us know. We'll take you around and show you a couple of cool spots.
We'll do it because it's always great to meet people in person.
Absolutely. All right. Well, guys, if you don't have anything else.
No.
This show was brought to you by the
Shut up. Don't even start.
Oh. Wow.
You know what's going to happen.
What happens?
First off, we don't do that.
Oh, okay.
Second off, we have shows to promote for the next 2 weeks at least.
Who we got?
Well, next week we've talked about our quite extensive here.
Yeah, we got Tam next week.
Tam Taylor.
Yep.
Next week.
Yep.
And then the week after that, we're going to have our what show?
Our military appreciation and throwdown show. Is that, what do we call
No,
this?
it's not a throwdown show. It's
a throwdown.
It's our Memorial Day.
We're throwing the gloves off, guys. It's a veteran show. It's a active duty military. If you are active duty military, if you're a veteran, and you want to be a part of Talking Shit's military appreciation show, please reach out to Mark and myself. We'd love to have Army, Navy, Air Force. Oh, you know what? Coast Guard. Coast Guard.
I reached out for the only Coast Guard.
Only Coast Guard guy we know. Heck, I'm even at this point where if you get what is it? The space coat, space guard, I don't even know. Space police. Am I frozen?
Space Force.
No,
that's the one.
Space Force. Yeah, Space Force.
That's the one.
Yeah, we've never even attempted to try to find somebody for that.
LFG, Mark, LFG.
Yeah, but I could just imagine what would happen if they came on the show.
Okay, are you guys good now? Are you happy, Mark? Is that better? Was that a better ending?
Well, in the last week of May, we may not have a show because, Brian thinks he needs a birthday or whatever, or we might do one earlier in the week. I don't know yet.
Oh, and guys, don't forget to tune in and find out more about the Wrestling League. We're going to make sure that we get the links out there as soon as possible.
Anybody that wants the link, message me or Brian, and message me. Brian won't. He'll just send it to me anyways.
This is true. Join the league. Get a chance to win something really cool. We don't know what yet. We might do a title belt. We're not sure. We're gonna figure something out. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, we're still Brett and me still talking about that.
Okay. Now, are you guys happy? Are you guys good?
Yeah, we don't have to go into June just yet because we started already booking for June.
All right, we'll talk about June next week.
Yeah, something like that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, from us here at Talking Shit, my name is Brian.
I'm Mark.
And this is Nathaniel Oliver. Check him out. Instagram, Nathaniel A. Oliver, or follow him on Facebook. And guys, we're out of here.
Have a good night,
everybody.
Have a good night.
Bitch, I'm in the